Pawn Stars suffers from the same troubles as any other reality TV show. They've been accused of faking their plot lines, and even some of their merchandise has been suspected to have been fraudulent from time to time. The behind-the-scenes personal lives of Pawn Stars are so much messier than any scandal that the show itself has ever faced. These scandals have ranged from sex, drugs, to bar fights. These guys have truly done it all. Clutch your pearls, cause you've never even dreamed of these 10 dark secrets behind the scene makings of Pawn Stars. If you enjoy the video, don't forget to leave a like and also subscribe, hitting the bell notification icon for future videos. Rick made uncomfortable remarks about a transgender woman. Not one to hold his tongue, Rick Harrison made a gaffe when talking about his support for the then presidential nominee, Marco Rubio. Harrison maintained that his support for Rubio had rubbed fans the wrong way. However, hearing his low opinion of these people could point out other reasons for their revolt. Harrison went off of the viewers, explicitly calling out transgender women in his verbal assault. You have some cities that are saying if you have a man who feels like he's a woman, he can use the women's restroom. I guarantee you that you will be taken advantage of by some very bad men who will go into the bathroom where there's young ladies. That will happen if you pass a law like that. It's not a perfect world. You'll never make it a perfect world, he told CNN.
Less Celestine.
Rick thinks that pimps make the best customers. These guys just don't know when to stop talking. Again, this little remark was meant to be a joke, and once again, the joke fell terribly flat. During a podcast with NPR, Harrison revealed his all-time favorite pawnshop customers were pimps. When you get arrested for pandering, they take your cash because it was obtained illegally, but they don't take away your jewelry, and a pimp knows that if he buys jewelry in a pawn shop, if he brings it back to a pawn shop and gets a loan against it, they'll always get half of what you paid for it, as opposed to buying it in a jewelry store, when they don't even know what they're gonna get, he revealed. He followed up this statement by openly acknowledging that buying items from pimps, his shop was essentially posting their bail money. Chum Lee made a bad joke with gross connotations. Even though you think that the sexual assault charge was dropped, you'd think that Chum Lee would be more careful with his actions, especially if he was making references that put him in the role of an abuser. However, you'd be wrong. Chum Lee famously lost 100 pounds after being inspired by Corey Harrison's phenomenal weight loss. The newly fit reality TV star lifted up his shirt and proudly exclaimed to himself, as the next Jared from Subway. Given Chum Lee's former brush with sexual abuse accusations, this joke was indeed in very, very poor taste. Olivia Black was fired for revealing photos. Olivia Black was fired from Pawn Stars in 2012 after the History Channel discovered her past as a nude model. Black had been modeling for a site called Suicide Girls. She was never told explicitly that her past as a nude model had led her to firing, but the incident upset her so much that she created an online petition in an attempt to get reinstated into the show. Corey got in trouble for public urination. In 2014, Corey Harrison and a group of friends took a sponsored motorcycle cruise through Missouri before ending up in the Spectator's Bar in Jefferson City. Naturally, the crew got drunk, and Harrison proceeded to relieve himself publicly. A few weeks after the incident, Harrison finally realized the error of his ways and made a public apology for the ill-advised act. Johnny was arrested for fighting with his girlfriend. Relationships are hard and sometimes people fight. However, for Johnny, what could have been a simple relationship became so much more when he got out of control. When the police arrived, Johnny's girlfriend appeared to be very drunk at first glance. However, in an attempt to get his girlfriend back inside the restaurant, Johnny grabbed the strap of his girlfriend's purse and sent her tumbling to the ground. He later assured police that her fall was completely accidental and that he was only trying to get her to eat to sober up. Corey was arrested for a bar fight. In 2011, Corey Harrison got into an argument with another patron at Murray's Saloon in Eatery, California. In 2011, Corey Harrison was arrested for getting into a bar fight at an eatery in California. The security was called, and the entire situation went south pretty quickly. Harrison was accused of shoving both a deputy and a security guard during the incident, reporting his release only a few hours after his arrival. Despite official reports, Harrison maintained that he never technically touched anyone, and that he had been arrested for simply refusing to apologize to the patron who had been arguing with, after the police had ordered him to do so. Johnny was accused of physically assaulting a woman. In 2011, the Pawn Stars co-star was accused of some serious domestic abuse charges. Johnny reportedly accused his then-girlfriend of stealing $1,000 from him, causing a horrific fight to break out. The anonymous woman claimed that Johnny threatened to kill her and had left marks on her neck after attempting to choke her. However, the woman's story came under scrutiny when one of his co-workers claimed that she was actually the star's housekeeper and not his girlfriend. Despite this, the accuser maintained that she had been dating him for some time and had been cleaning his house to favor him. The shop once bought and destroyed a stolen coin collection. This may not have been totally the shop's fault, but it certainly led to all kinds of headaches for the police. And one unsuspecting uncle, Jennifer Beckman, stole a collection and had sold it for around $10,000 per visit, coming to about 3 visits in total. The actual owner of the collection, Jennifer's uncle, tried to reclaim his stolen belongings, only to discover that their scattered whereabouts were unable to be found. Law enforcement had not reported the theft to the shop's employees, so they had no reason to preserve the pilfered cash. Rick's wife was married to a sex offender. To be fair, this isn't about Rick Harrison himself, or even his wife. It's just another messy legal battle surrounding the show. Burdett's ex had openly admitted to sexual assault and dealing materials to harmful minors, yet he managed to continually escape jail. The same sources spread rumors, stating that Harrison had been very upset. He only wanted to keep his wife safe and see justice served after years of avoiding a sentence. Did you enjoy the video? If so, leave a like, and also don't forget to subscribe, hitting the bell notification icon for future videos.